What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with game number 5 of the competitive Mega Random 2022. That's what the year we're in is. $1,000 prize pool tournament here. It's game number 5 between Rapl in the red color in the right side of the map playing as Poseidon, and in the left side of the map in the blue color playing as Kronos. It's Kvoth. Kvoth is setting up the reverse sweep here, ladies and gentlemen. Having lost the first 2 games, going into game number 3, picks his Gaia, gets a solid victory. Game number 4, back to his Uranus, takes out the Loki. But now Rapl is going in with his Greek, deciding to choose Poseidon here. This is everything right now. This is everything for Rapl. He needs to get this win. Same too for Kvoth to continue in this tournament, to continue fighting here in this tournament. We've got Kronos. This is a god that we have been seeing in this tournament having some decent success here. Point is that, well, I mean, the players who have been using it has been like Yoshi, for example. He's been getting some good wins here. We've seen likes of Chrono JJ pulling out some Kronos and putting some pressure onto his opponents, nearly getting wins with him, and maybe even getting wins with him. I don't even know what's happening anymore. But Kronos now coming in. Kvoth, obviously the Atlantean main that he is. He can pull out Zeus. He can pull out some other gods as well, but he wants to make sure that he's got the best, giving himself the best opportunity to win. And Atlantean gods, they're not that different from each other. But Kronos is different to Gaia and different to Uranus. They do have some decent differences. So let's talk a little bit about this matchup, which honestly I don't know a whole lot about because Kronos doesn't get picked too much. Don't get to see a whole lot of him. So what can Kronos do? So Kronos can kind of go aggressive early. So Kronos might want to go for a forward temple with the time shift, getting an early pressure onto his opponent's food over here, or something like this. Another option for Kronos is to get a second town center really early. So go for like an archaic second town center, or go for a like a 515 second town center in this matchup. Idea being that you want to do some sort of timing attack in the heroic age, and you need to have yourself decent favor to be able to do that. Get out the Satyr mass, or go for a mythic age and make Helios your option there. And beyond all of that, the big advantage for Kronos over, say, Gaia or over Uranus is those cheaper destroyers. That's going to be the bread and butter here for Kronos. So we'll see if Kvoth is going to get to that. Rapl going to be shooting his way to the classical age here with a 404. He's getting himself also the Theseus, so advancing after that makes some sense here. But just making sure that Theseus comes forward and gets some early game harass. He probably should realize that he's not going to get a whole bunch of damage done onto Kvoth because there's 4 boar in the base. If there's 4 boar in the base, that early Theseus doesn't do a whole lot. But he might just be doing a safety Theseus just to prevent a town center from going up or something like that. So Hermes on the way right now. And we'll see how it's all going to go. Rapl getting himself some favor now. And Prometheus on the way now for Kvoth, as he's going to be time shifting that temple forward. The question is going to be, will Rapl spot this or not? Rapl just going to be wandering forward, and well, I mean, obviously not. The town center is going to be able to shoot Theseus if he comes in and tries to harass these citizens, but the Theseus is going to be moving around to the top side of the map. The village is pulling off of this boar over here, moving forward here as the Kotoskopos is scouting around, and Rappel's going to be a little bit upset to see that there's no villagers on this food just yet. As the Kotoskopos does spot the gold mine. The temple is down. Do we see focus through here for Kvoth? Yes, we do. It's very standard. You need that upgrade. Gives a big amount of speed to your oracles, and we will probably be seeing early valor onto this. And what this does is oracles with focus are almost as strong as what do you call? They're almost as strong as Mamilo. 8.4 damage. 140 HP. They might be as strong as Mamilo here. We will be seeing the Promethean Offspring getting taken out here as the Polita coming in to start shooting this. Unlike Zeus, Zeus can bolt these. You can't get that bolt here with with Poseidon, as we will be seeing the Centaur trying to take down these Prometheans. As the Hoplites are moving back, we'll see the Hippocon and Hoplites coming out for Rapl. No fast second talent center for Rapl against Kronos here. Just going straight in onto those buildings. We do see the stable getting time shifted, not time shifted, deconstructed here, as Rapl is doing his best to try and push these units away. Now, Rapl does have himself ceasefire here if he needs it. And having had that stable deconstructed, we are seeing Rapl opting to drop a third building to spend those resources. But right now, Rappel's got himself 2 hoplites out. And where are the military buildings here for Kvoth? Right in the base, we've got ourselves the Murmillo and the Terma popping out, as the temple is going to be getting taken down, and Kvoth moving across the map here with his units, trying to find some raids here, splitting his army up. He's got a handful of Prometheans over here. He's got himself his oracles onto this position. We see the temple getting time shifted back home, as the Promethean offspring going to be moving around looking to hit these wood villages over here. Rapl might have to pull off of this location. He might lose some villagers, not paying attention just yet, as we see the villagers retreating fast enough there. These are some speedy Promethean offspring though. They have 6.05 speed as opposed to the Kronos Prometheans. So they do move very quickly. Kronos, I think they're at 5.5 speed if you're Kronos. So he's going to be searching around trying to get some damage with those. But right now, Kvoth is set up. Rapl is a little bit far behind, 48 population, but he's just going to take his time making these units out. He's got himself the extra stable up. They're kind of cheap at only 85 wood, so it doesn't really matter. We'll see one Promethean getting taken out. So Promethean kind of diving here, trying to take down those cows. A little bit of a waste there, but it is what it is, as we see another Valor getting cast here onto this location, and we will be seeing Kvoth moving forward here as Rapl looking to take a fight here. Rapl says, okay, not just yet. Gonna pull back home. Thanks so much for the prime there, Stir Vog. Appreciate you. 8 months, my friend. Thank you so much. As Rapl going to be moving back into his base as fast as he possibly can. He is still hurting a little bit on the population here compared to what Kvoth's got, as we will be seeing the Promethean offsprings getting finished off over here. As Rapl pulls back into his base, might decide to turn and fight here, but it's still looking a little bit scary, as he's going to pull in underneath the town center and then deciding to get a couple of shots away, as Kvoth smartly decides to pull back. 59 population to 83 population right now, as Kvoth going to be taking down a hoplite, as Rapl pulling back, going to be losing one of those hoplites. Not just yet. He's still defending nicely. It might be time to drop a ceasefire here. It seems to me, with that exposed gold mine here, dropping a ceasefire at this point might be the way to go. Getting up watchtowers here as well seems like a half decent idea, as the Kvoth's going to be coming in onto this location. But Rapl still not really losing any units. He's taking some damage to his units, but not losing too many. So 70 population to 93. This game is on a knife's edge right now, as Rapl is desperately trying to prevent his gold mine from being taken out. Still no ceasefire being dropped, so he's still okay about it. And we're going to be seeing medium infantry coming through for Kvoth. His economy is a powerhouse right now. 12 villages currently, which compared to the 30 villages, pretty close in village count if you do all of the math where that's concerned. And the population now starting to come through for Rapl as he's catching up. 82 population now for Rapl to 100 population, getting very, very close as Rapl just moves back and forth, just waiting to get closer and closer to full population. He's got himself 1,400 gold left in this gold mine, as now the units are going to be looking to move in. He does have himself his medium upgrades right now, as we see Valor getting dropped over here. No watchtowers has come through. Rapl going to be taking this fight. 110 population for Kvoth. Rapl is at 80 population. I'm still not sure about this fight here from Rapl, but Rappel's going to try and make it work. Those hoplites are strong, but medium infantry here for Kvoth does put an advantage in here for Kvoth. And he's going to be taking this fight. We do see a deconstruction there onto the military academy, which is going to be big, but there are still 2 stables out right now, as the hoplites are going to be alive. Got 54 population. Kvoth is still sitting at his 100 population, as Rappel's gold mine is going to be getting pushed into, and there's the ceasefire that I thought should have been casted before that fight even broke out. Had Rapl been able to get up to full population and get medium infantry, there's no way that this Atlantean army would be scary at all. But we're starting to see a whole bunch of buildings getting dropped here. We do have the archery range. You've got the military academy over here. We do have a gold mine in the back of this location, which you know that Kvoth hasn't really been able to scout just yet, unless his Prometheans went around the back there. So Rapl does have that as an option here. He's trying to mine out this gold as best as he can, sneaking over onto this gold mine over here. Perhaps Rapl hasn't scouted the back of his base just yet. Now we're starting to see Kvoth time shifting those buildings forward. Does he have an armory up yet? Yes, he does. He's going to be getting himself copper mail. This is a huge technology for Kvoth to be grabbing here if he's going to be continuing these fights. Population difference is 73 for Rapl to Kvoth's 112 right now, as he's going to be retreating away from this location. These villagers will have to be pulled, and that's completely fine here for Rapl. He's just trying to hold on in this game, as the tower is the one that's getting targeted down. Where are these villagers going to be going? Onto the straggler tree, it seems here, as Rapl wants to be making some Toxotes out in onto this position, trying to make a fight. We do see the militia popping out here for Rapl. 89 population to 114. Plenty of resources in the bank here for Kvoth. Kvoth's got himself copper weapons moving through right now as well. So he's got copper mail and copper weapons and plenty of resources in the bank. This Greek army here of Rappl's, even with the help of the town center, doesn't seem like it's going to be enough as Kvoth is pushing in onto this gold mine. Taking his time here. He's pulling back over here. I'm not sure that pulling back is the move here for Kvoth, as he's got plenty of resources, plenty of production. He's got the buildings on the front as well, so there's no real defender's advantage here, as Rapl is pulling his villagers to try and get onto those Terma. The hoplites not able to cut it right now, as we do have medium cavalry in, but population is 65 to 96, as we see copper shields also coming through for Kvoth right now, as he has full armory upgrades, as he is pushing in, destroying this Greek army of Rapl, as Rapl is not able to hold here in the slightest, pulling back into his main base, trying to get onto this one. There's no gold over here anymore. We do see the villagers up onto this food right now. We've got over here this gold, but Rapl in that moment does decide to tap out, and Kvoth somehow, some way manages to take Rapl out in a reverse sweep here. Rapl complaining about his lack of ability to defeat Atlantean, but my golly gosh, an incredibly strong performance here from Kvoth, managing to make this Kronos look disgusting. I mean, like I said, had Rapl just not taken that fight, waited for his 115 population, so cast ceasefire when that attack was coming in, keep producing units, had one more minute left. If he has one more minute left to deal with that army pushing in, he gets out 115 population, and now the Greek army just makes that Atlantean army look like goo in essence, and he has a completely fine time. But I mean, he didn't do that, but credit to Kvoth for this strategy here, pulling this one out. Super aggressive. I loved the forward tempo. I loved the Promethean kind of raids, the early pressure onto his opponent, not basically disallowing the pressure that you would normally do onto an Uranus or something, with like the Jason Hippolyta attacking the enemy food locations. Not able to do that because you have to defend the Oracle heroes. But that's the game. That's the series. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. What an insane series here from Kvoth and Rapl. There's plenty to come. We've still got the round of, this is round of 16. We still have the quarterfinals coming up, round of 8, and then after that, the semifinals and finals. I think we still got some round of 16 games to go still. So stay tuned, enjoy life, and I'll see you guys in the next game.